Welcome to the Explainer. So let's get right into it because the old YouTube SEO is officially dead. Here is the new 2026 winning strategy that actually triggers the algorithm. I've tested every new tool for 2026, and honestly, these are the only ones you actually need to rank in the new algorithm. Today, we're doing a bit of digital triage. We'll be diagnosing exactly why your channel is stuck and how to utilize the best YouTube SEO tools 2026 to revive it. Okay, let's dive into this.
We have to start with a pretty painful truth. If your CTR is low and your attention is dropping, your video is already dead. Let's fix your two most important numbers right now. You see, the old strategy of just literally stuffing your title with keywords, throwing in a bunch of random tags, and crossing your fingers, that yields absolutely zero results anymore. Your responsibility as a creator or a channel manager has completely evolved.
To survive this shift, we have to change our mindset entirely. We're moving away from optimizing for a search engine, and we are now trying to trigger a recommendation engine. YouTube isn't just sitting there waiting for people to type into a search bar anymore. It's actively predicting what viewers want to see based on pure viewer psychology. You aren't just placing keywords, you're managing the intent and the psychology of your audience.
To put that into perspective, 90% of views now come from the homepage and suggested videos, not search. Here is how to dominate the recommendation engine. Traditional search traffic, it only makes up a tiny fraction of views now. If your content is clear and high quality, YouTube is going to push it directly to the feeds of users who watch similar topics, even if they've literally never searched for your specific channel.
All right, let's look at Section 1, the 3 success signals.
To dominate this new landscape, the 2026 algorithm is looking for 3 critical, vital signs to push your content. These are the exact metrics we need to diagnose your YouTube CTR and audience retention. First up is your click-through rate, which is driven entirely by how clean and curiosity-inducing your title and thumbnail are. Second is audience retention, because getting a click means absolutely nothing if they bounce after 10 seconds. And third is a newer metric we'll get into in just a second, viewer satisfaction. The whole secret is right here in this equation. If you have a high CTR, meaning you've got a killer thumbnail that's generating clicks, but low retention because, well, the content is boring, the algorithm spots that mismatch immediately and your video just freezes. It's basically a clickbait penalty. But when you manage to combine high CTR with high retention, boom, you create the ultimate algorithmic viral push.
And here is the piece most creators are completely missing right now. YouTube just revealed its third secret algorithm signal called satisfaction. Here is how to trigger it for massive reach. The algorithm tracks YouTube viewer satisfaction signals to see if people are actually happy after they click. Are they liking? Are they commenting? Are they sticking around to watch more stuff on your channel? That positive sentiment is the absolute fuel for the algorithm. Moving right along to Section 2, content over keywords.
So what's the actual cure for a dying channel? Well, it requires understanding the real weight of SEO today. Let's look at the numbers. In reality, traditional SEO only accounts for about 20 to 30% of your success. Actually, we've just averaged it to 25% here to keep it simple. The remaining 75% is entirely dependent on your content creation quality. If you're out there just fixing tags, you're barely scratching the surface of the job.
To put it simply, SEO optimization gives the algorithm its very first signal. It tells YouTube exactly who to test the content on. It brings that initial visibility. But the content quality is what actually secures that massive 70 to 80% algorithmic push. You really have to manage the entire growth system now, not just the metadata.
Okay, let's jump into Section 3, the 2026 Channel Audit Action Plan. Is your channel stuck? You don't need more videos. You need my exact YouTube channel audit action plan to find your content leaks. Think of yourself as the channel doctor, okay? You start with a 3-step diagnostic audit. Step 1, is this niche even viable right now? Step 2, look closely at the analytics of existing uploads. Where exactly is the retention dropping off a cliff? And Step 3, identify competitor gaps. Look at the channels in your space that are actually winning and figure out what they're doing that you aren't. Once we find those leaks, we prescribe a targeted content strategy. You can't just be posting random, mixed bag stuff anymore. You need to establish strict content pillars. Define your specific target audience. Map out a really clear topic plan based on what actually resonates with them, and create a smart mix of highly clickable viral ideas with sustainable evergreen formats. And to fix a flatlining CTR, we've got to stop writing basic, boring titles.
Instead, we need to start engineering what I call curiosity combos. You take your search term, the keyword, and you mix it with emotional modifiers. It's not enough to just be found. You have to make the viewer so intensely curious that they literally feel compelled to click.
Next up, we have to operate on retention. If viewers are leaving early, you need surgical edits. You absolutely must fix that crucial initial 5-second hook. Please don't waste time on long intros. Mercilessly cut out boring, pacing-killing segments and strategically insert these little re-hook dialogues throughout the piece to pull the viewer's attention right back in.
24. That is the magic number of hours you have to prove your content's worth to the platform. The engagement handling within the first 24 hours of uploading heavily dictates if YouTube is going to keep pushing it. Replying to comments, asking questions, and fostering community immediately after publishing is absolutely crucial. You can't just post and ghost.
Which brings us to our final section, building an evergreen machine.
Stop chasing viral trends that die in 48 hours. Here's how to build an evergreen YouTube content strategy that pulls views while you sleep. We achieve this by maximizing a metric called session time. You want the viewer to watch 3 of your uploads, not just 1. Use heavily optimized end screens, route your viewers into specific bingeable playlists, and use in-content dialogue to suggest what they should watch next. Keep them in your ecosystem.
Now, if you are doing this for a client or honestly even setting expectations for yourself, never promise instant viral results. Instead, follow a realistic diagnostic timeline. Week 1 is just a trial audit where you might literally just fix 2 thumbnails and titles. Month 1 focuses on base optimization and getting back to a consistent upload schedule. And by month 3, that's when you're really scaling that evergreen growth.
So the takeaway here is sell the process and the timeline. Promising an instant viral hit, that destroys trust the minute it doesn't happen. By pitching a consistent system driven by hard data and real viewer behavior, you build lasting trust and genuine, long-term channel health.
This all brings us to a quote that just perfectly encapsulates the 2026 reality. SEO brings people to the door, but content keeps them inside. Optimization opens that door, for sure, but viewer psychology and retention are what actually seal the deal.
So as you look at your own channel today, I really want to leave you with this final, critical question to help diagnose your actual content leaks. Ask yourself, are you building a true evergreen machine, or are you just desperately chasing 48-hour trends? It's time to do the audit, guys. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.